Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy here, Smitty. What's going on today? I keep doing the head bob thing. One of these days I might get to quit that. But anyway, so hey, we're back working on CJ's transmission. That's the one I told you had the nasty blowout. Boom. That's not so good right there. So I got some new Teflon seals. Got a new pump O-ring, both the outer and the torque converter seal. Got another pan gasket right there. I got to find my, I've got a stash of the pump gaskets too, but if not, we can rob Peter to pay Paul. You know how that kind of works. I just got to find the card. My desk is kind of a sty right now. I've had so much going on right now, I can't even think straight. I'm out in the middle of fixing my camper 2 for my other channel. So, let me see if I can find a few other parts here, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, so got everything rounded up, and we're going to go back, since the 3/4s are cooked, we're going to go back with a Z-Pak. That way it's got everything in it. It's got both the pressure plate and the backing plate, so that's going to be the best alternative to go. Sprag wasn't hurt, so all we got to do is put it back together. Put that back on there, and put the snap ring back in, which it's laying in this mess somewhere. Got another pump gasket there, valve body gaskets. Yeah, so I guess I'll get you set up on the tripod, so you can halfway see what I'm doing, and we'll get her done. So hang tight. All right, so for now we're going to set the pump off to the side. Like I said, we'll put our sprag back together. There's a snap ring here. Put that dude back in there. Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget your spacer there. Put that back in. Okay. That's ready to go. Alright, set these little seals off to the side here. Got the dropsies today. And we can start putting our input housing back together. And since it didn't have any problems with it. Alright, if this thing had more miles on it, I'd put a whole kit in it, but since it doesn't, we don't need to. Just make sure that this seal's good and pliable, and it is. And you can put your overrun clutches in, starting with a steel, fiber, steel, fiber, and your steel, your backing plate. Okay, then don't forget your bearing. Looks like that with the little ears on it. It goes down, the ears go down. Put your forward sprag in. There we go. And then start building your forward clutch, starting with your wave plate. And since you got the wave plate in there, Put a steel in, fiber, steel, fiber. Just alternate back and forth as you build the stack up. Get in there. There we go. All right, and then you get your pressure plate. Excuse me. Put that dude in. Now this takes the thicker snap ring that goes on the bottom, and make sure to get the opening of the snap ring in one of these spots there. There we go. So there's that. So now we're ready for our Z-Pak. And I'm going to put this together dry so we can measure it, and then I'll soak the clutches. So start with your bottom plate. So you got to make sure to start, they've got this thing put together in the package, not necessarily wrong, but it's just the way they've got it. You got to start with an outside spline, and if you look at these fingers right here, these fingers are where your spring, your your return springs go, so they go in the big openings. Then you go inside spline, outside spline, inside, and just alternate all those in there. Alright, put your brown one on top. Okay, for the sake of measurement, we're going to go ahead and put this spacer in, and we're not going to put the return springs in right now because we need to measure this. So put your pressure plate in. Okay, put your snap ring in, if you can get it in. Yeah, see, this one's not going to go in, so we need to take that thin piece out, put the plate back in, put a snap ring in, Now, sit boo. Alright, we're going to give it a couple quick blips to settle everything out. Find the right hole. Okay, now the clearance they want between in this clutch pack is 50 to 70 thousandths. So let's grab our feeler blades. .26 and 24 is 50. So let's put that in there, see where we're at. There's that one. Okay, there's 50. And it's pretty loose. But they said 50 to 70 thousandths. So as long as we're not over 70 thousandths, we'll be okay. So if I added another, wow, why are the numbers gone off these? Oh, there we go. So find a 20. There's a 20 right there. Alright, so we're gonna try to put a 60 in there. See where we stand. There's the 50. So we can roll this 60 in there. Okay, we can get a 60 in there too. So let's see about a 70. If it's close to 70, we're going to have to make an adjustment, because that to me that'll be too loose. So there's that. Where's that 20 at? There was the 10. There's the 20 right there. Alright, let's see if we can get this 20 in there too. And it goes in there. So it's at the 50 to 70. It's on the top side of 70. So let's see here. Pretty sure I had a dial indicator here somewhere. I don't seize it. And I don't know why. Alright, so let's just do this. Let's put this spacer back in there. And this time we're going to put the load springs in too, to help pop the clutch up there a little further. So let's pop our spring out there, put our spacer in there. Let's put our load springs in. Alright, I can already tell you that clutch is way too tight now. So I know I won't be able to get this in there. Yeah. See, I can't even get that in there. Alright, so we're going to have to leave it where it's at. Like I said, it's 50 to 70, and 70 is pretty snug sliding in and out, so it should be alright. So we'll leave that spacer out, put that back in there. Put our snap ring back in. Okay, let's test it one more time. Make sure everything's kosher as a dill pickle. And that's just because my nozzle doesn't fit in that hole real good. There you go. Everything's good and solid. That's a nice tight drum. Alright, so we're done with that. So let's flip it over. And let's replace these Teflon seals. Although they don't look too bad, we're going to go ahead and replace them. Because technically you're supposed to replace these anytime you take them out. Well, I'm sure you guys seen that. Oh my God, that hurt. Yep. It's going to be a gusher too. Don't poke yourself with a damn pick, y'all. That hurts like the dickens. So I'm going to try to leave my fingers out of the way. Alright. Yep, she's going to be a leaker. I still haven't replaced my installer. I will one of these days. It does help to get it on, get the seals on anyway. I think I told y'all when I was the 8L series transmissions, 8 speeds. These Teflon rings are like hell for stout. They're stupid how freaking stout they are, and they are. You play hell getting them on. I could tell you that. The only thing I found that worked. The only thing I found that works is you put this thing on the table with a heat gun and you warm this thing up, get the seal to where it's halfway pliable, and then you might be able to get it on without rolling it. It's ridiculous. But they also, you know, even though they say on these you're supposed to replace them anytime you take them off, on those you don't have to, which is kind of nice. Squish that dude back in there with your fingers. Seal sizer back on there for a second. Alright, number 3 on its way. The old smusherooski. Get your sizer back on there. And last but not least, alright, this time just leave your seal sizer on there while you're doing the rest of your stuff. Throw all that crap away. Alright. While that's doing, let's get the rest of this put back together. Basically just got to put this one, put the clutches back in this one. Alright. There's that. Alright. On to our damaged baby here. So we're just gonna pull these two rings off of here. So one ought to come off pretty easy. Okay, now your seal sizer for this one, or your installer. Put your first ring on there. Do the same thing, do the old smusherooski and get it far enough to where you can get the sizer on there and let it smush the rest of the way in. Okay, do our next one. You know, one of these days I'll remember to turn my other phone off when I'm doing this. Alright. Alright. That was easy enough. I know y'all are going to blow me up for using a red shop towel. Okay, we're going to replace this snap ring, or this O-ring right here. Get a new one of those. Get that off of there. All right. So that's all put together. So let's put, I've got a, I got an old sunshell here. I use it for a stand. That just works just beautiful. Let's put our washer on there. Put our drum on there. Washer and our bearing on there. Let's put this in there. Okay. Now we can check everything by using the holes on the, get our holes right here. That's our reverse input. Remember, it's got a bleed orifice in it, so that's our 3/4. That's our forward. And there's our overrun. Remember, it'll always bleed out that when you do the overrun, so if you plug that hole, it's good and solid. Now remember, the 3/4's got a, it's also got a bleed orifice in it, so you'll get error when you test those. So now it's just a matter of putting everything back in the case. Alright, so now that we got everything air checked and everything tested good, we're going to pull the 3/4 clutches out and soak them in some transmission fluid. Get them ready to put into service. Now, you don't necessarily have to soak your clutches. I do. It's just what I've always done. So, one of those habits that's kind of hard to break. So we'll go put this in the transmission fluid. Let them soak for about 15-20 minutes, and it'll be like nothing ever happened when I get back. So, there you go. Okay, so through the magic of videography and a little bit of time, our clutches are nice and soaked. So let's get them back in. Remember, your outside spline on the Z-Pak goes down first. Just alternate internal and external. your snap ring in. And that's ready to go. Now it's time to put all this in the case. Now I've never tried to put this together with the band in there, but we're going to try it so I don't have to take the 2.4 servo out. So we'll put that there and just kind of set that band down in there. Beautiful. Forget your bearing there. Drum in. This may not work. Yeah, it wants to get wedged underneath of the sun shell. Just like that. Let's see if we can sneak this band in there. Okay, let's see if we can sneak this in there. Nope. She ain't gonna go like that. Alright, so we need to pop the 2.4 servo out. I got it wedged in there. That's not going to work. There we go. Now we should be golden. Like that. Now we should be able to drop this dude right down in there. Beautiful. Alright, need our band anchor. Line up our hole, just like that. Alright, put a little trans gel on our seals here. So they're not completely dry, and then get the inside of your reverse input housing here for the stator shaft seals. Your gasket. Set that dude down in there. My extra long drill bit. Put that down in the hole like that. And then take some trans gel and go around your perimeter here. To make sure that it slides down in there nice and easy. Doesn't catch the seal and rip it. Because then you have a bad day, because then it leaks. Touchdown. And put your bolts back in. I'm gonna see if I can dig up some more bolt seals for this, so I'll be back with you. Alright, got the pump all put back, bolts are in, so we just need to run them down. Alright, they get torqued to 18 foot-pounds. Sorry about the camera bump there. Go around, double check your torque, make sure that you got them all. Those are all good. So while we got it out, we're going to go ahead and knock a new seal in it real quick. just to be on the safe side. Alright. Meh. Wrong one. Nah. Alright, so I got a new seal smacked in there. And I got a new turbine shaft O-ring is what they call it. It's torque converter seal, however you want to go at it. But anyway, that dude's ready to go, and of course double check everything. Feels good. Play feels good, so need to put our 2.4 servo back together. Gotta get an O-ring for it, since I destroyed the one that came out of it. Luckily I got plenty of these too, just a blue O-ring. And as you can recall, this one's got the Sonnax super servos in it. So put your new O-ring on there. Don't forget your little spacer. Okay, that's bueno. Let's do a couple air checks real quick. Beautiful. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's put the bell housing back on. And I got some replacement bolts for the ones I had to hammer out. Got a brand new bit, so let's just run them down. And these are 53 foot-pounds, kind of doing a crossing pattern. Never again will I ever take those out with an impact. I will break them loose by hand. Save myself a whole lot of headache. Alright, we're ready to put the valve body on. Now this one has one check ball in the case, goes right there. And this one does not have a screen in the case. A lot of the 700s will have a screen up here. And the early 4L60s, there'll also be one down here in the base that you can replace. Alright, you need, should be a spring for the fourth accumulator right there. And this takes the later, this The GM valve body gasket kits for the 4L60Es come 2 different sets. And this has got the later model set on it, which means it'll have, like this is the early one here where it's only got the V there. The later model one will have case CA there. And see how this one's only got C there, right there. That's the early model. So, and then you get the valve body in, that one there. So these are the 2 gaskets we'll use. Those are trash. So, put your case gasket on there. Try to get it lined up as close as you can. They're never cut exactly like the case is, but as long as you can get it close to where you can get a bolt started in it, you're going to be golden. Which means you're going to be off a little bit on some and on a little bit on others. Alright. Our transgo separator plate goes on next. You're going to have the spring pressure, that spring underneath there from that accumulator. Sometimes it is easier to put this on the plate first. Get all your screens in there. Then you get your valve body side gasket. Then you get this stiffener plate right here. And this is the one that's going to take the 8mm headed bolts. There's 1, there's 2. We got a bolt overboard somewhere in the drain pan. Alright, now what I'm going to recommend here to try to keep these gaskets as lined is get up here in this corner. Just start you a bolt. Try to line everything else up. Okay, run these down. And these get torqued to 106 inch-pounds. So we'll set that up to 106. Okay. Next you can put your 1-2 accumulator on. Run those bolts down. Same thing, 106 inch-pounds. Okay, take your bolt back out of the top there. And you need to not forget to put your link in. Link will go there. make it a little easier, I'm going to take this spring off. And I'm already trying to get ahead of myself, so flip the valve body over. We got to put the check balls in. So anywhere you see a pocket is where one goes. It goes there. One there. There's a bathtub there. Get over there. Pocket there. Pocket there. Pocket there. Pocket there. Double check yourself, if I can talk. That should be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because the 8th one's in the case. All right. Now to hold them dudes there, get you some trans gel. Smear it in there. You know, sometimes it works easier just use your finger. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now flip it over and put everything in place. Touchdown. All right. Now on your bolts, they're different lengths. These 8mm heads go here. Short ones, of course, go over here. Those are going to be long. Another 8mm head bolt goes there. Kind of get all your bolts started before you tighten anything down. That way you can wiggle it around to make sure it goes through the hole in the gasket and everything else. Your last 8mm headed bolt goes right down here. So it kind of makes like an L. Then your super long ones, and they're actually like a little different color. They're actually more shiny than the rest. Those go on your switch. Alright, now you want to run all them down. Three 8mm headed jobs. Alright, same thing on the Torx, 106 inch-pounds. You want to start in the center and kind of work as a clockwise, go around. That's your best rule of thumb on any of them that you got to torque. That bolt doesn't feel good, so we're going to go to the next one. I'm going to come back to that first one. Yeah, we're not going any tighter with that one. Okay, that's it. Put your harness back on here. Got two little 10mm jobs that hold on your TCC solenoid. Put them in. Again, 106 inch-pounds. That's golden. Put your PWM solenoid back in. Connector. That's right, we're going to have to do the old zip tie modification on that dude. Unfortunately, the clip broke on it. And we just need to hold it in there anyway, so we'll just wrap a zip tie around it. That should work just fine. I show you everything, y'all. Life is not perfect. If you get a bunch of these other guys that do this stuff and everything just goes absolutely 100% A1 perfect, then they're not being honest with you. I'm just trying to be honest. I will let Mr. Jones know about that, and if he wants me to replace that harness down the road, I will be more than happy to. Alright, last but not least, we're going to go ahead and stick a new filter in this dude. Damn, that thing is tight. Good and tight. A little trans gel around it. Beautiful. Alright, these gaskets that I use, they're called Duraprene, and they're great as far as sealing characteristics. They work pretty good. Hey, guess what the torque is on these? Figured out yet? And the torque is important on these, on this particular type of pan gasket, because otherwise you'll smash it too far and cause it to leak. So torque is important. And if you guessed 106 inch-pounds, you're correct. All right, there it is. It is complete. y'all, so that's going to be it for that video. Just a quick little two-part series on the repair. And you know, you've seen what caused the slip for the 3/4 clutch. So it's a pretty easy fix. With that being said, if y'all like the content, make sure and smash that thumbs up, and give me a subscribe, and turn your notification bell on and all that good jazz. So I know it's been a while since I posted a little bit of a series of videos. I apologize, life gets in the way. So with that being said, y'all have a great evening, great day, whatever time it is that you're watching it. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. God bless you, and God bless America. Bye-bye.